Welcome back from that break, and joining me via a virtual call, I have a political analyst to talk to us on political apathy and the need for the youth to participate in election process. Help me welcome to the program today, Jide Ojo. He is a political analyst. Sir, you are welcome to the program.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, now statistics has it that 2019 general election, the number of adult population was said to be 128 million. And the actual number of people that registered to vote was said to be 84 million. And out of this 84 million, again, 29 million were the actual people that decided the fate of Nigerians. And among that 29 million, the vote was actually shared for the candidate. Now, this is a clear case of political apathy. If not, in the next general election, how are we going to address this issue?
Thank you very much. My pleasure to be on this show. Issue around voter apathy did not start today. It's been a recurring decimal in our politics, and this is not helped by lack of dividends of democracy from elective and appointed public officials or political office holders. My calculation shows that we have 11,082 political offices in Nigeria. Let me break it down for you. We have a president, one, 36 governors, 109 senators, 360 House of Reps member, 993 State House of Assembly members, and 768 local government chairmen and 6 area council chairmen, as well as 8,809 councillors. But interestingly, these 11,082 elected officials have failed signally to deliver on dividends of democracy. If you look around you, I don't know, we just celebrated 23 years of civil rule. I don't know in your neck of wood whether there is anything called electricity. In many homes, these electricity cables are now being used to dry clothes because of perpetual lack of electricity. 23 years after, we do not have good roads. There is high level of insecurity, and all the other development indices are pointing south. So that has now encouraged a lot of people to participate in the electoral process. And that is one. Two, we also have issues with even the electoral management body not doing the needful in terms of how it share people out to polling units. You recall that in the FCT area council election that was held on February 25th, 2022, a number over 1,000 polling units do not have any voter in them. They have zero voters. And close to another 500 or thereabout has between 1 and 50 voters. Whereas you have a handful of polling units with 3,000 or more voters. If this number of voters have been evenly distributed, possibly you will have had more voter turnout because people will be able to vote at places close to their residence, given the fact that on election day there is lockdown. That leads me to the third reason why there is high level of poor voter turnout or political apathy. During elections in Nigeria, there is what is called lockdown. The military and the police or security agencies generally would lock down. And when they lock down, people cannot have free movement. So invariably, people could not undergo stress, would decide to stay at home. And also, when you look at the fact that there is no provision for what is called early voting. In other climes, like in Benin Republic, in Ghana, in Niger, and very many other African countries, there is provision for early voting. People like you who are journalists, people who are security agencies, who belong to the security community, people who are election observers, and every other person on emergency services, they will have voted ahead of the date of election. But in Nigeria, we do not have provision for early voting. So this also is impacting on voter turnout. And coupled with issue of spoiled ballot, issue of even voters not being able to find their name on the register of voters of INEC, all of these cumulatively are responsible for voter apathy that are witnessed in and out of election in Nigeria.
Thank you very much for that analysis, sir. Now, it seems that many youth seem to be disinterested in the political process. Now, how can we make them, attract them to get more involved in the process?
Interestingly, with the Electoral Act 2022, the interest of Nigerian youth has been gingered. I said this because now we have provisions, wide range of provisions that has helped to infuse technology into our elections. So we now have biometric voter registration, which is ongoing. We have, there is now bimodal voter accreditation system device, which is called BVAS. And then there is also provision, legal provision supporting electronic voting or electronic balloting. There is now electronic transmission of result. Now, when you look at these 4, 5 pillars, it has emboldened, and I believe Nigerian youth should be encouraged that if INEC is able to go the full hog in deploying technology in the electoral process and the vote of the electorate count, definitely that should make more Nigerian youth to be interested in coming out to vote during elections. Aside from that, INEC has also been doing a lot of voter education and sensitization. I do tell people, when you say votes don't count, votes don't count. How come that an incumbent president was defeated in 2015? Was it not the votes that was counted and then there was an upset in which a sitting president was defeated in an election? How come some serving governors will contest for senatorial election after 8 years in office and they will lose as an incumbent? This happened in Oyo State during the tenure of late Governor Abiola Ajimobi. It also happened in Gombe State where Governor Ibrahim Dankwambo, as a sitting governor, could not win election into the Senate in 2019. It tells you that votes do count. If votes don't count, all of these political upset that we see will not have happened. So, for me, those are signals to Nigerian youths to encourage them to participate in the electoral process because, yes, votes do count.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Now, I want you to advise the youth, especially to be more involved in the election process, talking about the next general election that is on the way.
Well, what more am I to say beyond the fact that the system has really been kinder, if I can use that word, kinder to Nigerian youth, and they should take advantage of this opportunity. Don't forget, there are political parties that are youth friendly. There is a Young People's Party, YPP, with representation in the Senate. I think the Senator Ifeanyi Uba is representing YPP in the Senate. So this is Young People's Party. Apart from that, in 2018, we also had what was Not Too Young to Run, law, which reduced the age qualification for contesting for president of Nigeria from 40 to 30, and for House of Reps from 30 to 25. Then you also see that even the dominant political parties have reduced the cost of nomination for Nigerian youth. There's PDP says the youth will get a discount. Any youth between 35 years and below will get a discount of 50%. I think APC also have a similar discount for Nigerian youth, women, and persons with disabilities. So my advice to Nigerian youth is that there is only 1 month left for voter registration. Although the INEC has suspended the online pre-registration exercise from yesterday, but those who have done online pre-registration or those who want to do direct registration can still do it between now and the end of June. They should go and take advantage of this continuous voter registration, knowing full well that there is no polling unit on Twitter, there is no polling unit on Facebook, there is no polling unit on social media. If they do not engage the electoral process, they will live to regret it. Because when we say bad leaders over the last 23 years, what does it take to change those bad leaders and recruit new and better ones? Is by engaging the electoral process. And the way you engage the electoral process is first you need to register to vote, you need to collect your voter's card, you need to also come out to vote during the elections. This is the best way to engage and ensure the recruitment of better leaders. And so my advice to Nigerian youth is that they should get prepared by ensuring that they find their PVC wherever they keep it. If they are here to collect, they should go and collect. And when election comes, particularly for Ekiti State, who will be having its governorship election on the 18th of this month, and Osun State that will be having its governorship election on the 16th of July, they should engage that process. And that's not the only way that Nigerian youth can engage the electoral process. They can also serve as ad hoc staff of INEC. They can also serve as observers. They can also serve as journalists, accredited journalists who will observe the process. They can even serve as polling agents, you get. And there is going to be minimum of 176,000 polling agents that will be recruited by parties that can afford to deploy at least one polling agent per PU. So these are different ways by which they can engage the electoral process, even beyond the voting aspect. So they should take advantage of this. It is not enough to agonize. It is better to organize and participate in the electoral process.
Thank you so much for your time with us on the program this morning. We do appreciate you, sir.
My pleasure too. Do have a great day and stay safe and stay blessed.
Thank you, sir. We have been speaking with Jide Ojo. He is a political analyst, and we talked about voter apathy and the need for you to participate in the election process. Now let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Please stay with us.